This is the knockout artist, Chris Hero. And if you're looking for some true heel heat, you better listen to the boys.
What's up, True Heel Heat? True Heel Heat. What's up? True Heel Heat. All hands is on me. Rob Van Dam. Listen to True Heel Heat. Pow.
Yo, what up? You know what it is. It's your boy AJ Francis reporting to you live from New York City, the birthplace of hip-hop. And I'm telling you that I'm only tuned in with True Heel Heat Wrestling. Holla at me.
Hello, hello, hello. It is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3. We are live on the True Hill Heat, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter for our WWE Clash at the Castle 2024 preview. Breaking down the show from Glasgow, Scotland tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. for me in the UK, and much later for our special guest here joining us from Coexisting with Rob and Maggie, one of my favorite people in the wrestling media game. You see her over on Fightful Overbooked. You see her great drink making on social media as well. The one and only Maggie is here.
Hi, sweetie. I'm so glad to be here. I adore every time I'm on a podcast with you. Every time when we finish a show, I feel like we do need to have a proper show together because I'm here for all your rants. I adore every time you're not happy about something. And I'm, secretly hoping for something terrible to happen because I'm that person. I'm always that person, just so I can tune in and just listen to you, just spew some crap. I'm always here for that. Hi, how are you doing?
I always appreciate watching Coexisting and hearing you rant as well. And the amount of curse words you could fit into a sentence is what I strive to be. It's what I strive to go for. I appreciate you so much.
I'm way better in Bulgarian. Just so you know, in my home language, way better. But I try. Thank you.
Absolutely. So we got a lot to discuss with WWE Clash at the Castle. It's going to be one of the biggest arena shows that WWE has ever done. That crowd in Scotland looks fired up if you saw the kickoff show earlier today. So we got some matches to discuss and what we think if that crowd is going to top what they did in France at Backlash. We'll discuss that as well. But we appreciate y'all if you're watching us live. Appreciate y'all if you're watching us on demand. Either way, show that appreciation back the simplest way possible. Drop the thumbs up on this video if you're watching us on YouTube. You can also share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you're new to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. And if you're watching us Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube, sound off in the live chat. We love to interact with all of you, hear your thoughts and your predictions on WWE Clash at the Castle 2024. Let us know in the live chat. And of course, if you're feeling generous, you want to get back to what we do here and make sure your comment is highlighted on screen, you can send a super chat donation and make us the CEO, where we will do CEO, CEO, CEO. I bet I was doing that all day yesterday after watching Zazusi do that with Mercedes in their matchup on Wednesday. I was like,
right?
everyone's doing it.
I feel like it's Will Ospreay's fault.
Will and Shota Umino. Ever since I saw him do it during his entrance, I'm like, oh my god, I feel sexy too, Shooter. I feel sexy too.
It's the sexy thing, and you did it with Kate too.
Yeah, I did it to start off the show. I was like, CEO. But yes, we want to hear from all of you. Sound off. We already got in the chat with us. We got Nikki Boy, Negro Buck, Nick Jackson, who says, "Sup, my good brother SP3. Hello, Maggie." We got Corey, the good brother Corey Michaels, in the chat. Thanks for joining us. He says, "I'm so stoked for the atmosphere in Scotland. Top 10 places to go before I die." There we go. That's big claim right there. We also got Nikki Boy, who says, more hips, SP3, more hips. Y'all can't see the hips. The hips are moving.
You can't
the
see
hips
them.
Don't lie.
They don't lie, but like you can't see them.
You know what? On the flagship podcast, we're starting it early tomorrow, 10:05 a.m. Eastern time. When first super chat, y'all are seeing the hips. I'm telling y'all see the hips tomorrow, 10:05. See, that's what we call a cliffhanger in the business. We also got
send a $50 super chat, and SP3 will show him it's the hips.
I'll have to do it on this show if they send a $50 super chat here. Yeah,
I don't care. You can do it on both. I'm here now, so might as well.
You always pop me though when I see you in the chat and you say something, especially when I'm ranting and I always see you comment that. You're like, yeah. We got a super chat donation from the good brother, the Negro Buck, Nick Jackson, Nikki Boy, who says, "I'm gonna laugh so hard if Punk cost Drew the title. My mom might have a stroke though." It was reported by bodyslam.net earlier today that CM Punk was seen in Glasgow, Scotland at the Talon Hotel. So we're going to talk about that. That's a possibility for the main event. And boy, oh boy, I can only imagine that Scotland's crowd reaction if that happens. That'd be like Miro, Miro being screwed over in Bulgaria when y'all get your premium live event.
Well, okay, listen up. First of all, we are never getting an event in Bulgaria. That is nowhere near ever gonna happen. Second of all, if Miro gets screwed over in Bulgaria, that shit is gonna get burned down to the ground. Bulgarians do not give a crap. Can I curse on the show? I feel like I can curse. Oh yeah,
come on, it's true. You know.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck. Okay, like they're gonna beat you up. They're gonna beat up security. They're gonna throw alcohol and glass bottles at the ring. Do you remember that time with Matt Cardona on the Indies when he first turned heel? That, but like 10 times worse. Like that is the amount of stuff that you're gonna get. Also, stinky shoes. Like that.
Stinky shoes? What?
Stinky shoes. Stinky shoes. Yeah, shoes that haven't been washed ever. Like they're gonna throw them at the ring. And it's not a hard thing to do because Bulgarians don't wash their feet. So if you think about it, please never do that in Bulgaria.
Don't do it. No one wants to have the stinky shoes thrown into the ring. What are we gonna do about that? We got our good brother Adrian Hernandez in the chat. Thanks for joining us, sir. He says, "Great Bulgarian balls of fire." PLE. I'm with it. No. I'm with it.
Sweetie, be careful what you wish for, because oh my God, you have to. No, just never. Just Great Bulgaria Balls of Fire actually might be an actual thing during the summer because it's 50 degrees outside. So it can actually kind of happen. So please no. I mean, I care for wrestlers. I
Don't want to do that
just
to
don't,
them. Don't
don't
want
want
to
to
do
do
that. We also got Cortine who says, "Hey, which match are you looking forward to seeing the most at Clash at the Castle?" We'll start with you, Maggie. What's the one match you're looking forward to the most?
Well, I kind of I'm kind of torn. Jesus, between if I want to answer this question seriously or sarcastically. So I'm gonna go with sarcastically because it's me. I'm most looking forward to Cody and AJ Styles, and when we talk about the match, I'm gonna tell you why.
That's what we call. That's what we call keeping them on their
Cliffhanger.
toes. Yes,
Cliffhanger. Stick
cliffhanger
around and
gang.
find out.
We also got our good brother Rob Wilkins in the chat who says they even wash feet in Bulgaria.
Rob, don't get me started. I'm gonna yell at you in 2 hours, okay? Like,
He's like, prepare yourself. I'm coming in.
prepare yourself.
Well, yes, let's get in. Well, we always start off these pay-per-view previews, or should I say premium live event previews. I don't want to get in trouble with Bully Ray. These PLE previews with 0 to 10. What is your buzz level? How much are you anticipating tomorrow's show from 0 to 10?
So I'm kind of biased here. So I'm not that, because like if it was a show that was anywhere other than Europe, I kind of would have been around 5 or 6, but because it's in Scotland, and there's one thing that I adore most about wrestling, and that is Europe friendly start time for pay-per-views and premium live events, because it means that I can actually watch them live, and the live experience is something that I can always get on board with. So this pay-per-view starts at 2 p.m. Eastern your time, right? Yeah. So
Well, my usual
this,
time, I don't know if you know, I'm in the UK. I'm in like, what is it? England, London, just outside of London. But yeah, so it's
you're
7
back
p.m.
there
It's gonna
again.
be, yes. I'm here for the summer. I'm having a summer excursion.
Okay. So
Yeah, it's
7
not a
p.m.
vacation because I'm here for multiple months. That's too long to be a
Yeah, that's
vacation.
too
So it's
long.
an
It's
excursion.
always also a vacation in the UK. Like, I adore the UK time because it's not hot, but you know, like, that's a whole different reason. So 7 p.m. your time, which means 9 p.m. my time, and I can watch the show live. And exactly when my work shift ends, it ends at 2 p.m., which I'm sorry, at 8 p.m., which means that I can get home safely for an hour. I can prepare a salad or chips if I'm feeling like it, and just eat and watch the show. And for that sole reason, my hype levels are up to a 9, 8.59, because I like watching wrestling live. This is the reason why I like Saudi Arabia pay-per-views. I know that this is a tough subject when it comes to the place which they're held at. I get it, but I can watch them live, and like, I don't know that this is something the people from the States understand, because like, you guys bitch and moan about Wrestle Kingdom every January, and this is exactly the thing that we deal with all year long. So when it happens and I can watch it live, I'm always here for it. What are your levels of excitement?
So if I had to do 0 to 10, I'm at like a 7. It is nice to not have to stay up to like 1 a.m. for the start of a show, which 2 weeks before Forbidden Door, where I'm gonna have to do that again. But it is nice to do it, watch it where my kids are up. They can watch a little bit because my daughter and son are kind of getting into wrestling more. So it's nice that you can see like a live show at a decent, reasonable time here. And even if I was back in the States, it's in the afternoon when they're awake, so they can also watch it then. So yeah, I'm at like, I'll say 7.5, because I think that the crowd is going to be like the big takeaway from the show.
So I kind of have a question. Like this behind you on the wall, is this a pencil drawing, or is this a huge spider on the other side?
This is my daughter. My daughter has drawn all over these walls.
Yeah.
Here.
Okay. So that's good, because if it was a spider, I was gonna get away from the show. I cannot even. I cannot.
Yeah, this is my daughter's artwork, ladies and gentlemen. You know, all about representing the kids.
That's fine, because I was about to hit X and fucking leave. I am not gonna be on the same podcast with a huge fucking spider behind you. I'm not. I don't want none.
I'm not podcast all this week. You're the first person who mentioned that.
Really?
First person who mentioned that. Yes.
What kind of weirdos are you on the show with? Like,
I mean, I did a show with Jimmy McIntyre, and if anybody of the people in the chat probably know of Jimmy McIntyre, we have a disclaimer for him. So to be fair,
okay.
But let's get into Clash at the Castle. We're gonna start with the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Sami Zayn will defend against his rival Chad Gable. These two men have been pretty much in this story since before WrestleMania. They had the gauntlet where Sami Zayn defeated Chad Gable to become the #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship. Gable questioned if Sami had it in him to beat Gunther, and then decided to train Sami for the WrestleMania match, with Sami won to finally end the 666-day reign of Gunther. After that, these two men faced each other for the Intercontinental Championship in Montreal, with Sami getting the win, but it led to Chad Gable snapping and beating down Sami Zayn right in front of his family, German suplexing Sami out of his wife's hand in his hometown. This led to Chad Gable becoming this overbearing, self-righteous coach for Alpha Academy and talking down to each and every member, including Otis. His #1 guy has been the #1 failure for him, and it's led to this great story where Sami is trying to knock some sense and talk some sense into the rest of Alpha Academy, most importantly Otis, because he's been down this road with Roman Reigns and the bloodline, but Chad Gable has this control over Otis because he helped him during his times when he was down after losing his peach, losing the Money in the Bank, losing Tucky, and now we have come to this final big matchup at Clash at the Castle in Scotland. Sami Zayn, Chad Gable. Gable got a win over Sami just a couple of weeks back ahead of King and Queen of the Ring. But what have you thought about this storyline? I think it's been the best thing about Monday Night Raw that I've been following over the last couple of weeks, the best storyline, and the fact that Chad Gable's contract reportedly expired a week ago. So what is going to happen here in Scotland? Who do you think is going to win? But what have you thought about this story so far?
So first of all, let me give you your flowers about something. There's one thing that's better than WWE's video packages for premium live events. There's only one thing better, and that is your storytelling of, the matches before you talk about a certain storyline. Kudos to you. You are so thorough. You did that same thing on our Orange County tier list and seasons tiers. Like no one does it better. And that was I always admire that.
That was a lot harder, I want to say, because that's like 20 years of memories. Like
that was so hard. And I was like, are you reading that from somewhere? Like, have you written it down? Like you really didn't. So about the storyline, I remember it wasn't a week ago. It was I feel like two or 3 weeks ago. Raw was centered around the storyline between Sami and Chad Gable and the Alpha Academy as a whole. And I felt that was really good. because I've been on the Chad Gable bandwagon for like years now. I I I kind of want that Shorty G thing to be permanently erased from my memory. Permanently, I wish that never happened, but it was in a whole different regime, and I'm happy that we're in a totally different place now. Um, I kind of feel like this match is the match on this premium live event that I have zero idea what's actually going to happen. And again, predictable isn't bad if it's good and it makes sense. But when it's so unpredictable at this day of age, in wrestling, it's a totally different situation. So this is why I'm so excited about this, because you kind of want to make Sami Zayn, kind of unbeatable, because he's always been this underdog babyface, and I feel like he's always there. Oh, and like he's never the dominant one, even when he was a heel. And I kind of feel like they need to move away from that persona. Um, they need to move away also from the fact that he's always the one getting screwed and always the one, getting turned. Like, I kind of feel like this is like we're like an old record. Like I kind of feel like we need to move away on from that. But if I kind of feel like Chad Gable has had a lot of chances, intercontinental championship wise. I mean, against Gunther, he's had it against Sammy previously. And I don't know where this leads Chad Gable if he loses. Now, I'm going to go with Sammy here, but I do feel like we do get the inevitable breakup for Alpha Academy. And I always thought that they were gonna do this on American soil, the whole thing, because it's Alpha Academy and American Alpha and everything. But because they're gonna introduce Uncle Howdy, I suppose, on Raw next week, so might as well give them this on the premium live event. And the pop that Otis is gonna get after he, it's gonna be big enough. But on the other hand, I kind of feel like they can milk it a bit more with Otis and Chad Gable. I'm not sure how much more, because like there's a fine line between building something up and people just stop giving a crap about it because it's a same old thing over and over and over again. So the thing I'm picking is Sami Zayn winning, Chad Gable getting pissed at Otis if Otis doesn't do something that would help Chad Gable or cost Chad Gable without even knowing. And then, Chad Gable beats Otis a bit, and then Otis fights back and everything. And because this has to be, they need to show the crowd, the Scottish crowd, some, baby faces getting the upper hand over heels, because I kind of feel like Chad Gable has been that snarky heel for a long time now, and we need a change.
I like a lot what you said there, because I think we're on the same page, but not the same prediction. I think that Chad Gable gets the win, but I do think Alpha Academy is going to have a shakeup here. You got to do a shakeup because, like you said, they've been building it up to this point where they need to have a big moment where I think that we get first. Maxine walks out on Chad Gable. She's at ringside and she walks out. Tozawa's at ringside and he walks out. And then Otis walks out on Chad Gable. But it's not officially them turning on the Alpha Academy. They just walk out on Gable. But in the end, Gable gets to win because of the newest members of Alpha Academy, the Creed brothers.
Yeah,
the Creed brothers, because we keep seeing, behind the scenes when people are walking, we keep seeing Gable talking to Julius and Brutus. I think they get involved, and they're the deciding factor of how Chad Gable finally wins the Intercontinental Championship.
That's a good point. I forgot to mention the Brutus and Julius, because I would be incredibly stoked if they are the new Alpha Academy, because like just do something with those brothers. I mean, they kind of I felt like they needed to be a bigger thing on the main roster when they got called up.
Yeah, totally agree with you there. And once again, I want to say thank you for complimenting me on my previews, and my missus says I have a good memory too. So shout outs to her for
Yeah,
helping me
that's
helping me
something.
remember stuff.
Yes, that is something I used to have and I don't anymore. And the funny thing is, I stopped drinking and then I stopped remembering things. And I'm like, was it? It's supposed to be the other way around. Like, what is this?
I did a lot of years of like Negro Buck in the chat being a pot heel, so I'm surprised at the stuff that I remember nowadays, because I thought I used to see all those commercials telling me that my brain cells were being killed, but it didn't
It's
amazingly.
almost as if
But
that's a lie.
I wouldn't dare say that. But let's talk about another title match on this card, as we're going to see the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships being defended in a triple threat matchup. Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill defend against Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark, as well as the home country owned Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. This triple threat was set up following a women's tag team title match between Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark versus Jade and Bianca a couple of weeks back. It was Isla and Alba that got involved, causing a disqualification. From there, they also showed up on SmackDown alongside Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark, who jumped the champions. The champions were able to get the upper hand, but they went to Nick Aldis to set up this triple threat matchup. We had the two challenging teams go at it on Monday Night Raw, with Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark picking up the win there. This is going to be a highly emotional matchup for the Isla Dawn and Fire, being in their home country of Scotland. And we would be remiss if we didn't mention, the tragedy that happened to Alba Fire this week, losing her mother in a car accident when she visited her in Florida. So a lot of high emotions for them here. Honestly, I would love to say I think that Isla and Alba are going to win, because I would think that it would be such a great moment for Alba, considering everything that she's going through. But what do you think is who's going to walk out with the women's tag team titles here?
Well, kayfabe wise, I need to rant for a bit, because I was really mad about that. So let me start off by saying that I adore Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. I'm a fan of NXT UK. I miss NXT UK. Like I feel like 10 people watch NXT UK, and I'm like one of them. Probably Alex McCarthy, Steven Jensen, and that's about it. I mean, like, just I miss NXT UK. I miss Kaylee Ray. I'm gonna go with I'm fine with Alba Fire. Like, let's barely. Okay. So that being said, they did cost the match on that episode of SmackDown. Do you remember? Because this is so fucking stupid. Do you remember what they said backstage? Like, they were chased by the backstage interviewer, and they were like, "Oh, like what did you get involved?" And they're like, "Well, they just gave away like number one contenders matches," and I'm like, they fucking won a 4-way number one contenders match for the women's tag team championships. What do you mean giving away opportunities? A 4-way. Like, they beat 3 other teams, sweetie, Sharon. Okay? Like, that is not how that happened. Not how it had happened. The other thing is, I'm kind of pissed that they started to, put behind them their gimmick of spooky Scottish witches, because they legitimately put a curse on the women's tag team belts, which is a thing. Like, that's a thing, because like if you're a tag team champion, woman on the woman's side, you're gonna get cursed, and like whatever way you pick it, it's like your choice, but like you're gonna get cursed with something. So I'm kind of pissed off that they're not like they abandoned that entire thing because it was kind of fun. Because it's true. So I don't see Bianca and Jade losing because I kind of feel like they just won them. Um, I haven't seen them. I adore Bianca and Jade so much. Them as a team, I'm gonna need some more matches, and Jade is starting to get really, really good in the ring. And I feel like if she's in the tag team, she can work on that better because she'll have more time to, to develop all her in-ring ability better if she's in a tag team. I'm not saying that she can abandon being in a tag team when she's not a champion with Bianca, but I kind of feel like they deserve better, and I feel like they will give Bianca something more. That being said, I enjoy the fact that Shayna Baszler did she put Alba Fire to sleep on last
Yes, I
week's
think
show?
so. Yeah, I think it
Yeah,
was Alba.
yeah, it was Alba. Like right after NXT Battleground. That's good. Because like they solidify her as something like as a woman that you need to be looking out for. Also that NXT Underground match was better than I expected it to be.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna pick Bianca and Jade, although I am rooting for Isla Dawn and Alba Fire. I got a soft spot for from anyone from NXT UK, and that's only because I don't see any of the Scottish people on this card winning. I really don't, and that's so lame. It's
It's
so
so
lame.
bad.
It's really bad. Like, hey guys, here's some local talent. They're all gonna lose, but here's some talent anyway. That is so passive aggressive. So it's almost as if it's Vince time again. No. But yeah, my brain says Bianca and Jade, but my heart says Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. I do feel like the entire world is way more familiar with Bianca and Jade right now because they're actually in the storyline. I kind of feel like Alba and Isla just got thrown in there because they realized that the show is in Scotland and they needed Scottish people on the show, which they deserve better.
Yeah. Like I wish that they would have like more long-term plans for stuff like that. Like, the fact I felt the similar kind of way to Zelina Vega and when they did Backlash in Puerto Rico. I was like, yeah, but they knew for months that they were going to Puerto Rico. So why didn't they have her win a matchup before a couple of weeks before the show? Like that's like have them, and why didn't they have Isla and Alba win a damn matchup on Monday Night Raw? Why is it you gave them 2 minutes and then they lost before they're gonna lose in their home country? What are you? Do you hate Scotland that much? Jesus
Yes.
Christ, Triple H.
They hate haggis. I'm like, but who doesn't? So
Good point. But I am with you. My heart wants Alba and Isla to win, but my head is 100% what I'm going. It's going to be Bianca and Jade for the win. And I've really been liking how they're gelling as a team as well. We got a super chat donation here. Thank you so much. I hope I'm saying this right. Cardiff? I don't know if you want to give it a try. Am I saying it right? You get Kartik. All right, Kartik. Thank you so much for the super chat donation.
Please say if it's something different.
Yeah, let us know. Pronunciate it, and I'll try my best. He said, Backlash established AJ as the desperate vet and a respect with Cody. The angle was result of character development stemming from 2 losses, increased desperation, driven by stakes, great storytelling. We'll get into AJ and Cody Rhodes because, yeah, there has been some good story building because I really was down on the build-up to their matchup at Backlash. I thought it was ice cold going into the event, and then that crowd was amazing. Those 2 guys put on an amazing matchup, and now they've actually given them angles to build up the rematch. So I have been enjoying that. So great super chat donation there. We also got another one here from Nicky Boy, Negro Bug Nick Jackson, who says, SP3, I'm a pothead who has 2 concussions. I'm always amazed at some of the shit that I'm able to remember. We are on
and
the
it's
same
never
page.
the important shit, okay? Like, you're supposed to remember that you need to get 5 eggs, a lettuce, and something else, and you always go home with a bunch of chocolate. Oh, what I was supposed to get? Oh yeah, like the healthy stuff. No, fuck off. Like, and you always get the crap, and you never, oh, protein bar, who needs that? Chocolate. Like,
It's always like that. It always works like
always.
that. But hey, we remember the important stuff. That's what it's all about. And finally, we got our third super chat donation, our fourth super chat donation here from Will Chisholm. Thank you so much, Will the GOAT. We appreciate you. He says, the Zelina Vega title match kind of got a pass because the Judgment Day and LWO was beefing for like 25 years. That is true. But LWO was just created right before WrestleMania. So I'm just saying, like, you knew enough to make them an actual group, but you didn't know enough to have Zelina win a match before 2 weeks before the show. I'm just saying. That's why I don't give it a pass, and that's why I still mention it to this day. And that's why probably Zelina Vega blocked me on Twitter, because I was like, why hasn't she won a match? She thought I was criticizing her, but I was criticizing the booking.
No. Like, we never, like, I rarely criticize the wrestler, and if I do, like, it's a healthy criticism, and I'm like, oh, you suck. No, it's not.
No.
Like, it's never like that. This match also gets a pass from me because of that entire crowd reaction when it came to Zelina, because I have a huge soft spot for homegrown talent that go to their countries and just get the biggest reaction that they never get elsewhere. And you always know that they always deserve that kind of reaction. Zelina Vega, just everything. I've always enjoyed Zelina Vega matches. Like she's not at the levels of a ring general like Becky or Sasha Banks, for like now Mercedes Moné or Charlotte. She's a different wrestler, and everything that she does, she can execute really good. And I also have a soft spot for her because I'm a huge AJ Lee fan, and she played AJ Lee and Fighting with My Family. So there you go. I'm sorry, I may be not,
No, despite her blocking me, I still got love for Zelina. She's from New York. I always ride for my fellow New Yorkers, so I always got love for Zelina. So someone tag her and clip this and tell her to unblock me. Why not that?
Yeah. While we're at it, please tag Frankie Kazarian. I have no idea what Frankie Kazarian has me blocked. I adore the guy. I have no idea.
Weirdest thing. It's the weirdest thing.
So weird.
I got 3 wrestlers that have me blocked, and like Zelina was the one that I knew why, and I was criticizing the booking. I wasn't criticizing her. I think I also am blocked by Wade Barrett and Adam Copeland, but I just think they just have issues with media, so I'm not going to take that personally. But we got another example of a homegrown talent coming into their home country, as it will be Piper Niven challenging Bayley for the WWE Women's Championship. And this one, I feel like they knew this plan for a while, because they've been really making Piper Niven like this world beater, even in our tag team matches with Chelsea Green. This was set up in Saudi Arabia right before King and Queen of the Ring. It was Bayley versus Chelsea Green. In the post match, after Bayley got the win, Piper Niven attacked Bayley. Over the last couple of weeks, she was attacking Bayley back and forth. Even when Bayley came out to confront Queen of the Ring, Nia Jax, it was Piper that attacked her again, setting up this title match here. She pulled off a tag team victory with Chelsea Green over Bayley and Naomi just a week following. So she is in getting so much momentum. Love the promo exchange between the two women last week, where Bayley talked about seeing Piper in the Mae Young Classic and always wanted this matchup. And Piper talked about her journey from Viper to Piper Niven and how she's been holding it down for Scottish wrestling for so long. This is such a big moment for her. I'm looking for it. I think that atmosphere wise, this might be like a show stealer for sure. And I'm gonna go. Unfortunately, I agree with Maggie here that I'm gonna go with Bailey because I don't see a lot of the Scots winning, but I know that this is just a special moment for Piper, win or loss. What have you thought about the build? Who do you think wins?
Uh, this is a better build in terms of home talent. I love Piper Niven. I I have enjoyed everything Piper's done with Chelsea because that's always something I look forward to when I'm watching SmackDown. They're incredible together. Uh I know that everyone's looking forward to whatever Chelsea Green is gonna, because like she's the funny one, but like Piper is a hidden gem when it comes to being the grumpy person who's also funny. So um I I'm looking forward to this match specifically because again, the crowd dynamic. Bailey's always over when it comes to UK crowds. UK crowds adore Bailey. And I'm looking forward to seeing how that crowd goes both ways for Piper and Bailey. Um I have a question for you. How have you been feeling about Bailey's title reign so far?
I literally said this the other day. Shout out to our good friend Stephanie Hypes, because I think
Yes.
she retweeted somebody that said AEW has the best women's division right now, and I actually agree with that statement, mainly because, and I was telling Stephanie, because Stephanie was like, respectfully no, and I was like, well, I got a couple of no's for you why WWE is not the better option right now. There's no Rhea, no Becky, and no respect for Bailey. Like
Zero.
this is like, it's been like 3-4 weeks in a row on SmackDown where I'd be like, oh yeah, Bailey is the women's champion, because she has not been the focus at all since she won the title at WrestleMania.
I kind of felt like WrestleMania was gonna be her crowning moment, and I kind of feel like people felt amazing for Bailey because they felt like they were supposed to, but like it was kind of non in, it was supposed to be a big deal. She won the Rumble. She pointed at the sign, at the WrestleMania sign, and that entire audience pointed with her. Because at that exact moment, that entire audience got behind her. And they did nothing with that momentum. Like they did nothing with it. And I'm so incredibly mad about that, because I kind of feel like it's their fault. Because they didn't present Bailey as something that you need to be hyped about. And I know that they did that exact same thing towards the build for Sasha Banks versus Bianca. Like they did nothing for that. But I'm still talking about that match years later. I will never shut up about that match. And I thought that this was also like kind of gonna be like that. It wasn't like that. And I'm pissed because, like, seriously, guys, it's Bailey, and I hope that she gets all the respect that she deserves from that crowd. And after she beats Piper, because I am picking Bailey here, and I hope that she gets on to having like feuds that have a bit more meaning. This is nothing against Piper, but in no way I feel like Piper is going to win. I need some proper feuds, okay? Proper feuds. And if this means Nia Jax, and if they don't build up Bailey and Nia Jax, I'm gonna be so mad. And I'm gonna have to hop on the show again because I want to be mad with you. So
Bring the
and
rage.
I also want Bailey to kick Nia Jax's ass also. And this is how you solidify Bailey as a credible, you know, what everyone keeps forgetting. She's one of the four horsewomen. Zero respect. Zero respect. I actually feel like people are talking way more about Becky, who's no longer in the company. I adore Becky, by the way. She's one of my favorite. This is not a jab at Becky. So people are talking more about Becky, more about Charlotte Flair, who hasn't been on television in decades, who's been sidelined. They're talking about
decades.
Decades. Yeah. Because I literally don't remember the last time she had a freak accident in the ring that looked gruesome. I hope she gets back soon. I've always enjoyed Charlotte's work. Yeah, and they're also talking about Mercedes Moné, which is a person who is way back there, where you keep thinking that the women's division doesn't matter. So she's there, and people are not talking about her, and they need to be. Give me matches. Give me she hasn't had matches on SmackDown. Give me what was her talk show? Ding Dong Hello. Bring back that. Bring back that. I mean, I know that she was supposed to be a heel when she was doing it, but it was fucking gold. Just bring that back.
Hey, Roddy Piper still had Piper's Pit even when he was babyface. So why not Bailey still have Ding Dong Hello now that she's babyface?
And also Bailey should be the one to bring out Piper's Pit with Piper and Niven. She's the only person she's the only person who can make that happen and be good. So such a missed opportunity there. Yes, I am picking Bailey, but hopefully she's a better champion, and that's nothing on her. I adore Bailey. Just give her a meaningful feud. That's it.
That's all we want. That's all we want out here. We do also want some super chat donations. So I appreciate Will Chisholm here, who says, now SP3, we know you drop a diss track every time Dustin Rhodes met when he works a Cody Rhodes match. Oh my God, I was so pissed off yesterday doing that Dynamite review. Talk about Dustin Rhodes needing an exposed turnbuckle, exposed concrete, and a low blow, and then he does the finish with what? Why does Jack Perry need all of that to beat Dustin Rhodes? Why are we still booking Dustin Rhodes like he's Cody Rhodes?
I thought I was the only one, seriously, and I'm like, I will always like Dustin Rhodes. I have, this is nothing against the guy, but you're having him face one of your top heels, and maybe kind of go a different way. I understand, but that's a different kind of a sicko. Tony Khan, TK, sweetie, I know you're doing it for the sickos, but that's not it.
Not all sickles are created equal, I guess.
Yes.
We also got another super chat donation here from our good brother Chuck Berries. Thank you so much, Chuck, as always. He says, although the role model is number one in my heart forever, I am a huge Piper Niven's character, a fan of her character work, and she deserves the hometown affection. 100% agree with you. I've been a fan of Piper Niven since she was Viper, and I saw her on WCPW on the UK, saw her over in Japan as well. I've always been a fan of hers. I felt like she should have won the NXT UK Women's Championship. She should have been the one that dethroned Kaylee Ray back in those days.
She should have.
So, I'm hoping that one day she gets to hold the WWE Women's Championship, though. We got also no. We also got Chris, who's a big Bailey fan, talking about all her accolades. The first Grand Slam champion in history.
By
the longest
way,
SmackDown Women's champion in history. I love this guy.
By the way, now she needs to go to NXT, win that North American Championship, and then just go back.
Yes.
Because she needs to continue that happening.
Absolutely. But let's talk
Kalani,
about the
who? Get away. I'm Bailey.
We love you, Kalani. No offense, but yes, Bailey, give her all the titles. We're talking about the top prize over on SmackDown. You got the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. He will be defending the undisputed WWE Championship against AJ Styles in an I Quit match. These two men had a absolute barn burner, a match of the year candidate in front of that raucous crowd in Lyon, France, back at Backlash at the beginning of May. That got 5 stars from Dave Meltzer and the Wrestling Observer newsletter, considered by many one of the best matches of both men's career. But coming off of that, AJ was on a little bit of a slump, losing to Cody at Backlash, losing in the first round of the King of the Ring tournament. So he decided that he wanted to ask Nick Aldis for one more opportunity at Cody, which Aldis said he didn't earn. So AJ basically did a Mark Henry, got his best pastel color suit, faked his retirement, goaded Cody, who was too innocent to realize he was walking into a damn trap, as AJ laid him out, gave him a Styles Clash off the steel steps, and then from there goaded Cody into this title match at Clash at the Castle. And Cody said he's going to one-up him because he's going to make AJ say what he should have said when he did his fake retirement: I quit. The I Quit matchup is, I think they said it on the kickoff show, only 6 times it's been I Quit match has been for the WWE Championship. AJ Styles is 4-0 in his career in I Quit matches. Maggie, I know you're a big AJ fan. What have you thought about the build-up and the fake retirement? And who do you think wins tomorrow?
Yeah, so I have a lot to say here. So, that fake retirement, I saw that a mile away, but it was really good. I enjoyed that. So AJ Styles going on a downward spiral was something that I was looking forward to, but only if that led to something meaningful. For me, that meaningful thing would be him dethroning Cody, but that is not happening. I know that that's not happening. That being said, I did say that this is the match I'm most looking forward to, sarcastically, because hear me out. I know this is not going to happen, but I'm going to fucking lose my shit if it does. So Cody's mom is there. She made, a 15 hour flight to get to Glasgow. Hear me out. AJ goes for a Styles Clash on Cody's mom, and he says, I quit.
I saw somebody, I think it was maybe Ebu from Wrestle Purist put out that, and I was just like, y'all are crazy. Y'all are crazy.
Okay, so this means
I would love it, but that's insane.
Okay, so this means the people are actually talking about it, so this is great. So I'm not the only one. Like, fuck them moms, okay? Like, you're here, like you're
what I'm talking about. That is in fact sicko booking, and I love it.
Why would you be here? Because she was a part of WrestleMania built up, I feel like The Rock did nothing to her, and he should have. Okay, he should have. And AJ Styles is here to correct everything that The Rock did poorly. Hey, Mama Rhodes, come here. Bam! Fucking suck it, bitch. I know that's never going to happen. Also, that's something that I see the huge amount of people on internet are talking about this. Everyone's bringing up The Rock versus Mankind and that audio tape of I quit being said. So Cody said a lot of times I quit during the build towards this match. So probably I'm expecting this, because if AJ Styles is gonna win, he's gonna win by a greatly huge fuckery, okay? I'm sure that this is going to happen. But no, I know Cody's gonna win, but I'm just I just wonder where that leads AJ Styles. I have no idea. I'm a huge fan of AJ Styles. Um, People saying that he's been washed up recently. I could not agree less because like he kind of showed everyone what he's made of at you know at Backlash, and that French crowd, thank you because like I kind of feel like they put more life into AJ Styles ever since that. I never thought I was ever gonna say that, but kudos to France for that. And I wonder that I hope that we get more international crowds like that because they always put a different perspective into a wrestling locker room, and they give like more chances for people who don't usually get TV time. And TV time is for you, SP3, because I know you're one of the 10 people in the entire world that loves TV time. SP3.
Yes, I do. No,
Yes.
there are dozens of people because it's
Oh, no.
always one of the top rated segments on Dynamite.
Jesus
Don't you dare.
fucking shit. Just- fucking shit, man. If I
guys.
puke, it's good. It's crap. It's a pile of crap, okay? I'm also kidding. I have no like I hope that people enjoy it because like I don't want people to be as miserable as I am. So I hope that there are people out there who actually enjoy it because I feel like we're not gonna stop seeing it on our television.
No, it's here to stay. Here to
Yes.
stay. You gotta
Just
be,
like a tree. Just like a tree. It's here to stay, right?
See, that's why I'm SP Tree.
Yeah.
SP Tree.
Like you and Steven are a match made in heaven, okay? Like you go enjoy Chris Jericho all you want.
Oh man, it's great stuff. It's great stuff. And I love how people are upset about it. It just brings
It's so
joy
fun.
to my life.
It's so fun.
We got another super chat donation here from Chuck Berries, who says, I think that Cody versus Styles 2 will be another banger. After the match, though, I see a Samoan spike in Cody's future. What say you? I say I'm gonna go with Cody Rhodes for the victory here, only because I do think that Cody is not the type that needs a year-long run, but he does need more than 2 months after ending Roman's title reign. This is why I would have preferred this match to be a regular match again and a non-finish, because it's not going to main event the show. So you have the opportunity to do a non-finish. You could have had the OC beat down Cody and then set up a bigger matchup for Money in the Bank. And then at Money in the Bank, I wouldn't have mind Cody dropping the title there to set up another matchup for like SummerSlam, where Cody can win there for the second time, winning the WWE Championship. It just feels like too soon to me. I am an AJ Styles fan all the way back from his TNA days, but don't hurt me, Maggie. But I was one of the people that was questioning if AJ Styles was washed or not before Backlash. Backlash, he erased. He erased all those questions. I'll give him credit. He erased all those questions. I thought that was his best match since like 2019, since his matchup with Seth Rollins at Money in the Bank. It was just, he had good matches in between there, but not on the level of what he gave with Cody. And I expect this matchup to be just as good with that Scotland crowd. But I think AJ is going to have to say I quit.
Damn it.
God damn it. We got Will Chisholm, who says, I'm still pushing AJ fake, giving Mama Rose a Styles Clash to get Cody to lose. He could get it back at SummerSlam. I agree with you.
No.
Thank you for
Listen
the
to me.
super chat donation.
Listen to me. No, Will. He goes for a Styles Clash on Mama Rhodes. Cody says, I quit, and AJ Styles does it anyway. fucking does it anyway. He's gonna like I'm gonna lose all my clothes the moment that happens, okay? I'm so here for this. Like, give me all the styles clashes and all the moms out there. I don't give a crap. Just give me all the styles clashes. All my underwear will be wet, okay? Just give me that match. I'm looking forward to that.
Almost fell over in my stool.
That's what I'm here for, baby. That's what I'm here for.
Maggie is unhinged. She's gonna be unhinged.
Calm
If
down,
AJ
moms,
wins.
okay?
I love it
Why
so much.
would you be in the audience for your child's match if you're not expecting to get a styles clash? You're the bitch here. Like, what?
Hey, if this was Brandy, I'd be so with it. I'd be so with it. Yes.
Hey, she's
give
a mom
Brandy
too.
the
She
stuff.
can get a styles clash too.
he's like South Clutch all the moms. It's like Cody. Cody has a choice. It's gonna be his mom getting the Styles Clash, and then the OC comes out and gives the magic killer to Brandy.
There you go. Because brandy is magic, okay? Like a shot of brandy? No, a shot of magic. There you go.
Perfect. And then we have finally the main event of Clash at the Castle for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Drew McIntyre comes home to Glasgow, Scotland, and he will challenge Damian Priest. These two men have a bunch of history with one another. They teamed up together in War Games last year. It was Priest who had the Money in the Bank, and he was always skeptical of Drew McIntyre aligning himself with the Judgment Day. That kind of paid off at WrestleMania when Drew was so obsessed with CM Punk after winning the world title from Seth Rollins that CM Punk attacks him. Damian Priest comes out, cashes in Money in the Bank to end Drew's reign at 5 minutes and 25 seconds. And then we flash forward all these months later. Drew McIntyre has been out with an elbow injury since WrestleMania, but it was Triple H who announced that he was cleared at King and Queen of the Ring, and Damian Priest agreed to defend his title against him. Drew has been questioning if Priest can get the job done without the Judgment Day, which led to Drew beating Finn Balor to have the Judgment Day banned from ringside after Priest used the help of the Judgment Day to beat Jey Uso back at Backlash. Will Drew retain will Drew finally win the title in the UK here after the first Clash at the Castle, which really sparked his current character, his current heel run after he got screwed by Solo Sikoa and the Bloodline against Roman Reigns 2 years ago? Can he redeem himself, get the win here in his home country of Scotland, or will Damian Priest continue to have his run? And how will CM Punk factor into this finish? Maggie, what have you thought about the story so far? Who do you think wins?
I kind of feel like it's telling when your champion is the third most important person in that match. Because the two important people are Drew and CM Punk. Like, no one, and that's telling. Okay, I hate the way that this has gone for Damian Priest, because I like Damian Priest. I kind of felt like he won that Money in the Bank briefcase during a time in which they had no idea what to do with him. It was different regime back then also. So it's kind of unfair to him. That being said, I still have a sour taste in my mouth from the last time Damian Priest was main eventing the Sandcastle. By the way, I call it the Sandcastle pay-per-view. Rob and I call it Sandcastle because when I hear castle, I hear sandcastles in the sky from How I Met Your Mother, Robin Sparkles. I just hear that sandcastles in the sky. That's where I hear. So the Sandcastle pay-per-view, the first edition that they had, Drew McIntyre. Okay, let's say, okay, none of us thought that we hoped that Drew McIntyre was gonna dethrone Roman back then. He didn't via Sikoa, but that end was actually the thing that all of us were upset about, because he just stood there and drank and sang "Bye Bye American Pie" with Tyson Fury. Was it Tyson Fury?
Yes, you're absolutely. I'll never forgive them for that. That was
I will never
so bad.
forgive them for that. And I feel like and if my memory isn't fucking with me, because like it always is, I kind of feel like he himself said that this was the lowest point of his career. Like he hated doing
Yeah.
that. And they need to make that right for him. And I will never forgive them about that, because it's okay to have a finish like that, and it's a totally different situation. It's almost as if they wiped their butt with him. And this isn't something that you want to do with someone who's so over in that crowd, because like everyone in that audience was going, what the fuck is this? And he was like, oh, are we off the air? Bye Mr. Fuck. It's just they need to make this right. Okay, they need to make it right. So again, I'm so sorry about Damian Priest. The dude deserves better. So there are a lot of question marks here, because it'll make a better storyline, or maybe not, but like there's so many different ways you can go here, because I do predict that Finn Balor will be the one to win the money in the bank this year.
Ooh, okay.
And you can go into different directions if Finn Balor wins the money in the bank. If Damian Priest still is the one who's champion, you can make a story there. But if he's not a champion, you can also make a story there, because Priest can be jealous.
Yeah.
Also, the thing is that, they've made a point out of everyone seeing Finn Balor going in and out of a car with Liv Morgan. Like, that's also a thing, which we have no idea where it's going. So this is good. But on the other coast, you have CM Punk, who I kind of feel like CM Punk is built as a smart wrestler, right? So, of course, he knows that there's an inevitable match between him and Drew McIntyre. Why on earth would he stop Drew McIntyre from winning a championship when he knows that eventually, when he comes back, that match with Drew McIntyre will be for that championship? So why would he?
That's true.
On the other hand, if CM Punk wants more to screw with Drew McIntyre more than he wants that championship, they can make a story out of that. You realize how many different ways the thing can go, and that's why I like it. I really do. This is, again, this sort of match where I go, my heart says Drew McIntyre, my brain says Damian Priest, because the most obvious thing would be for CM Punk to cost Drew the match. And I don't know if they want to do that to Drew 2 years in a row, because it sucks so much. I know that entire audience is gonna go crazy for Drew McIntyre, but the thing is that they love CM Punk as well, and I don't know how much they're gonna boo or cheer CM Punk. It may be a 50-50 thing, but also, how do you keep making and containing Drew as a heel when he's always getting screwed? How can you do that? Like, because he's supposed to be a heel, right? He's supposed to be a heel. In this match, there's no way he can be a heel in that audience, in that country. No way. But like, as a whole, we know that he's the face because he's told zero lies. Ever since he started climbing the steps, like towards the main event scene with Seth and everything, he's told zero lies. Zero lies. Like, what? How can you boo that man? Like, you can boo him because you're a smart fan and you know that you're supposed to. No, fuck off. I cannot. You can't make me, okay? Like, I'm rooting for a mother to get killed, okay? Like, there's no way, there's no way I can do that. So, no.
I agree with so much what you said there, and I'm gonna go with Damian Priest. No, you know what? I'm gonna go with my heart this time, not with my brain. I'm gonna go with my heart. I'm gonna go with Drew McIntyre, and I think that they are going to redo the finish of SummerSlam 1997. You're going to have Drew trying to use the World Heavyweight Championship, and then CM Punk runs down to stop him. He goes to swing the world title on Drew. Drew ducks. He hits Damian Priest. Claymore for Punk. Claymore for Damian Priest. He pins Priest, and Punk's on the outside looking at Drew as he gives him a kiss and goes through the crowd of Scotland like it's Money in the Bank 2011. That's what needs to happen. Drew McIntyre becomes CM Punk from over a decade ago, and he has his moment with the World Heavyweight Championship. But then Punk can turn back and say, you only won the world title because of me. Your magical moment is because of me. So the feud will continue.
Well, that will make me boo CM Punk because, like, oh, it was only because of me. Oh, let me cost you the title because, like, you're gonna get cashed on. Like, yeah. Well, this is me, okay? Like, I know everyone loves CM Punk. I was a huge CM Punk fan. I'm dialing it down, like, the last few years and everything because, like, I kind of want to see new talent get put over. You know, the thing that he was bragging about, 10 years ago. Like,
not so much anymore, punker.
But
we got in the chat here Will Chisholm with another super chat donation. Thank you so much, Will. He says AJ wasn't washed. He just to work with his new body. He came to work with his new body that he got totally by just working out and nothing else. LOL. Yeah, he just a lot of protein. Just a lot of protein. That's all. What you talking about,
that has nothing to do with cardio, right?
Nothing to do with cardio,
you don't get muscle
making
mass
Maggie
with
take
cardio.
off her clothes.
Yeah.
We got another super chat donation from Will. Once again, you're killing it, Will. Thank you. He says, if Drew loses, the payoff is he wins Money in the Bank because he said he hates it. So yeah, I think if Drew loses, that's the way to go. You have Drew win Money in the Bank and cash it in on the winner of Gunther versus Damian Priest at SummerSlam.
I mean, that's a fine way to save Gunther, by the way.
Yeah, because it's very interesting what's going to happen. Because you would think with if Drew does win it at Clash at the Castle, many people thought the World Heavyweight Title match at SummerSlam would be Drew and Punk. But with Gunther winning King of the Ring, he has that match guaranteed. I'd say push it back to Germany. Let him get the opportunity in Germany. I think that's the bigger showcase for Gunther. But we shall see what happens. But a lot of great, like you said before, a lot of great possibilities with this matchup here that I'm very much looking forward to the main event of Clash at the Castle. Just like I was looking forward to talking to Maggie all about this show, and you delivered. You lived up to the hype. So I'm hoping that tomorrow's show lives up to the hype as well. Thank you so much, Maggie, for joining me today. The floor is yours. Let everybody know where they can follow you on social media and where they can see you in just less than an hour over on Fightful Overbooked.
Exactly. So, guys, you can follow me on Twitter, Twix or X or whatever. I always call it Twix. You can follow me on Twitter at Maggie_IK. Also, you can follow me on Instagram at Maggie.IK. In less than, 35 minutes or so, you can join me at Rob Wilkins at Fightful Overbooked for Coexisting with Rob and Maggie. We had a lot of fun, although we are going to talk about the very same thing that we just talked about on the air with SP3. Please subscribe to Fightful Overbooked on YouTube. Also, please subscribe to Fightful Select. It is our bread and butter. Our very own Corey Brennan from Fightful is on the scene in Scotland. Clash of the Sandcastle, as I would like to call it every time. He is going to have a lot of scoopsies, so you might as well enjoy. We do have a free tier, and I was told I need to plug the Fightful Select Discord, so I'm going to do that because I have no idea what Discord is. I'm a millennial. I have no idea what the new kids use those new crap about. Like, I'm sure SP3 knows all about this, but what the fuck is a Discord? I have no idea. I have it downloaded on my phone, okay? And I have no idea how it works. This is so weird. So we do have a Discord in which you can have a proper conversation with people who, use their brain, as opposed to the majority of people on Twitter. They don't. We do. So Fightful Select does have a free tier in which you can get a lot of news that are icky to be put behind the paywall. So you can subscribe to that. Thank you, SP3.
Yes, I'm definitely inviting. I saw some people in the chat that we need more Maggie on the channel. I'm definitely inviting Maggie back for probably all international shows that I know she's going to watch live. I'm going to bring her for the preview now. You're getting more hit ups.
I love being here.
You can follow me on the Twitter machine at TrueHeelSP3. You can follow the gang Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at TrueHeelHeat. Best place to support us when we are not here is patreon.com/TrueHeelHeat. We got exclusive content. We got the True Heel Heat Prediction Championship coming back later this year. You can get your merchandise at ProWrestlingTees.com, ForYourWear.com. Represent True Heel Heat wherever you are, and check out all the great content we got on the channel right now, like our NJPW Dominion 2024 review from earlier this week. Also, check out our AEW Dynamite review, AE Ramble 2-Belt Billy from this week's Dynamite. Check that out as well. But thank you so much to Maggie. Thank you so much to you guys in the chat with your super chats and all the love that we saw today. Go over and check out SmackDown because it's live now from Scotland.
Right now, yeah.
So you can go over and check that out before you go to Fightful Overbooked and check out Rob and Maggie on Coexisting. But until then, for Maggie, it is me, your True Heel Phenom, SP3. This has been our WWE Clash at the Castle 2024 preview. We are signing off until next time.